We're in a new year, which means more movies. And that also means new Netflix movie exclusives. Oh, but we're gonna be different in 2025. We're not just gonna churn out a bunch of trash. No, we got movies with Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. They dusted her ass off after 14 or 15 years of retirement and brought her back, baby. Back in action. And I'm gonna give you a spoiler-free review right now. Before I briefly talk about this movie that's clearly going to be up for some awards next year, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe and the notification bell, that way further videos show up in your feed. I would appreciate it. Back in Action, not to be confused, I know you were confused, by the 1994 film called Back in Action with Billy Blanks and Rowdy Roddy Piper. No, this is a 2025 movie that has nothing to do with that cinematic masterpiece. This is more like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith if they settled down and had kids. As I said, Cameron Diaz is back, baby. We haven't seen her in a long time. She teams up with Jamie Foxx, they fall in love, and they have themselves a nice little family. And you know, they thought they got away from all the glitz and glamour of being spies by settling down, coaching soccer, and making sandwiches. But even if you bury the past, it has a way of digging itself out, which doesn't make any sense. But that's what happens here, as these two find themselves and their children in danger. The movie has twists that you will see coming as soon as they start to unfold. This movie has some alright action. It's got some funny moments. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I had a decent time with this one. And it's all about expectations at the end of the day. I know now that these Netflix movies are not really films. They are just not gonna be on the same level as theater releases. And I have no problem pointing that out. Back in Action definitely feels constrained by the budget. There are some very funny, super sketchy CG scenes, especially during a plane crash early on. And that's really what we have here, is an entertaining, little under 2-hour film. It should have been about 15 minutes shorter. I say that a lot, but it's honestly always true with these things. Get in and get out. You don't have the budget or the serious plot to hold people's attention. What this movie lacks in large-scale effects, it absolutely makes up for in the chemistry between our leads. Cameron Diaz has not missed a step. She still has that Colgate smile. She looks great. Jamie Foxx hasn't aged a day. The man is effortlessly funny and charming. They really worked well together. I believed that they were a couple. The kids, however, they have a harder time. The daughter is fine. She's your typical bratty teenager, hates her mom. She's kind of a trash bag. You know that things are gonna turn the corner. This movie's very basic. The son kind of struggles. I have a hard time believing in him. The kid's on the spectrum. He's got a ring that monitors all of his different vitals. Even with the quirks, he just wasn't very funny, and oftentimes it looked like he was laughing when he was supposed to be serious. The villains in this picture are completely straight man and they're boring, but there's enough pockets of action to keep you invested. Although I think it's incredibly comical that everybody carries a gun and almost no one ever uses one. Like Fox and Diaz will be surrounded by guys. I know they have character names, but I don't care. And these bad guys will all have guns, but they'll all be like, oh, I'm gonna run towards them. You know, that classic, don't shoot from a distance, get really close so they can grab the gun, pop you with the elbow, spin around, take apart another gun, pistol whip a couple guys, throw it to the partner. It's all very interesting, but at the end of the day, just shoot the person. It just takes a second. You know? I can tell you this, Billy Blanks and Roddy Piper, they're not hesitating to pull out the guns. And I'm not talking about the ones you shoot. You catch my drift? They're arms. The plot of this film, if you can really even call it one, revolves around our two lovebirds realizing that the bad guys of the film are still searching for a key that they potentially have in their possession. This key unlocks the power grid of the world. Bad guys can pay a bunch of money and then shut everything down with this little device. Where have I heard about a key before recently? Oh, that's right, Mission Impossible. And I feel like this key MacGuffin has been used a bunch of times in the last several years. Regardless, it doesn't matter. We're here for the family. We're on this road trip adventure with them as they're evading villains and trying to uncover secrets. And even with some of the weak acting from the little ones, our leads are making up for it. I'm telling you, their banter is good. The commentary feels like it was definitely written by someone who has kids or has been around them a lot, because I have a couple of my own and I'm married we have had similar conversations with ours. The movie's PG-13, target demo, definitely going after people who grew up with Cameron Diaz films or Jamie Foxx and have kids of their own, so people like me and older. This is the perfect type of movie you sit down and watch while you're having a nice Sunday breakfast. It keeps you entertained while you're finishing off that omelet, maybe having a little bit of OJ. I can't have orange juice. It gives me cankers. I didn't want to bring it up, but it's a true thing. It kills me because I love orange juice, but I found out at a ripe young age that every time I had that acidic juice, the pulpiness or something about it just bothered the inside lining of my lip. There's something about the oranges that just don't play well with me. It's the only fruit that I know of, or only food that really does that, and it's a shame. But, I don't need to pad this video out talking about my issues with orange juice. The bottom line is this. Back in Action's fine. It's a throwaway film. Watch it if you want. You're not going to miss anything if you don't. I like both these lead actors. It was great seeing Cameron back. I'm not going to lie. She still is glowing. And yeah, I got a few chuckles out of it. Some of the hand-to-hand stuff was fun, and you've seen it all a million times. But if you're not sick of it yet, maybe check this one out. Otherwise, who cares, It's a Netflix movie. All right, let me know your thoughts if you watch this or not. Please think about subscribing to the channel, liking this video if you liked it, and hopefully I see you next time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a 1994 cinematic classic calling out to me. Actually, you know what? I prefer their other combo movie, Tough and Deadly. It's amazingly bad. Check it out. Thanks again for watching the video. If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it if you checked out patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. That's where fans of my channel go to help support it. There are different tiers with different offerings, exclusives every month. We got multiple movie reviews. There's a vlog monthly, and these fine people get a shout out because they're at the upper tier level. Look at these gorgeous folks. They have really gone above and beyond to help support me in the channel, and I appreciate them. And even if you don't want to plop down $1 a month, you can just sign up for Patreon for free and become a member at no charge, just to see what's showing up at least and give you a better sense of it all. Appreciate your time. Thanks.